Welcome, my love light lifers. Natty T here, your vibrational coach, and I help artists, freelancers, and entrepreneurs create with the law of attraction. Today, we're doing something a little bit fun. We're doing another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card is about your next career achievement. Okay, so let's find out where you guys are heading in your career. Here's how it works. If you haven't done a pick a card before, I'm going to show you the cards. When you see the cards, what I want you to do now is to take a big breath and shut your eyes. Now, when you open your eyes, I want you to pick the pile that sticks out to you straight away. Don't question it. Don't think about it. The first one you see or the first one you're drawn to, the one that you want, the moment you open your eyes, that is the one that you want. Okay? Pick that pile. And once you've picked your pile, all you need to do then is to skip forward to the timestamp of that particular pile. So once you get to your pile, I will give you an overall energy with our Starseed deck. We'll go through a 6-card spread. We will clarify those six cards, and then we'll get some paper charms and an affirmation for you. So let's get right into the reading and start with pile number 1. Welcome, pile number 1. If you picked this little fella right here, this is your reading. Look at him. He's so happy. Okay, so let's start with our overall energy for this pile, your next career achievement. Ooh, Hirith. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. Interesting energy here. I'm feeling that you guys really sort of need to ground yourself. Your next career achievement is probably waiting for you. However, you are probably a little bit, preoccupied. Idea being that, especially if you are a starseed, you are probably, it's often very difficult to sort of grasp sort of human life. I think this card is telling you embrace it. Embrace your physical life, embrace being human, embrace, it doesn't matter what you are, where you come from, orientation, anything, it doesn't matter. I feel like this card is really just telling you to just ground yourself and find the joy in why you are here in the first place, because nobody forced you to be here. Even if it feels like they did, no one forced you to be here. So really, you came of your own accord. You probably felt differently about it before you were physical, but you came of your own accord. So let's get down to what it is you came here to do and what it was so exciting about coming here. Okay? There's nothing important that you really have to do other than what you give meaning to as a human being. So let's have a look at our first card, which represents you. You're not doing too badly there. This pile is doing very successfully. You guys have got some money stacked. You've probably got a nice little bank balance. If not, this is how you see yourself. This is who you wish to be or want to be, or it is who you are. I feel like this is just the energy that you are embracing right now. Even if the outside world hasn't started reflecting it back to you yet, I feel like you're successfully projecting this energy, and some of you may be even seeing that energy come back to you in way of actual dollars, money, status, acclaim, that sort of thing. Okay, in our recent past, we have the Three of Wands. Now, this is usually a card of sort of sitting back and waiting for your ships to come in. And it's a card that insinuates that everything is actually already done, but there is something to do with timing, that something's going on behind the scenes that you're unaware of, and it's affecting the timing of what you are trying to manifest. So this particular card tells me you're in a bit of a waiting. Maybe you're not even sure why you're having to wait. You may even feel like you haven't quite got it right or got it wrong. Maybe you are very much in this energy, but you're not seeing it physically yet. So that's what we're having a look at the moment. In the present, okay, we have the High Priestess. So again, it's very, very possible that you guys are my starseed pile, light workers, spiritually advanced pile, because our High Priestess in the present tells me that you are using your spiritual abilities and you are capitalizing on them. In fact, that may be what got you here, but it feels like this is what you are using right now to actually manifest. And you've sort of, you're back to High Priestess because you're feeling this in the recent past. You've been a little bit sort of, you're a little bit in that waiting sort of energy, waiting for those ships to come in. You know they're coming. You can see them off in the distance, but you're sick of them being off in the distance. You're like, come on, get here already. A little bit of impatience, but I feel like you're doing all that you can do, reminding yourself of what it takes to manifest this sort of stuff and being spiritual about it. In other words, you are very much meditating, sort of working on yourself, working on the inner world, using your spiritual gifts in some sort of way to help you to manifest. And I believe that this particular card, even though you are this energy right now, I think your next career achievement is going to be an independence. Okay, it may be that you are starting your own business. It may be that you have a side job or side gig that you're going to kick off. I feel like it has something to do with wealth and independence, because you are projecting that energy right now, but I don't feel like you may be seeing it right now. I think you've been waiting for it. You may be starting to see it right now, but you're definitely getting to sort of check yourself spiritually whilst you're waiting. Maybe you feel like something's gone wrong spiritually. You're not doing something right when it comes to manifesting. So you're sort of looking at your manifesting technique and going, hey, what am I doing wrong here? When the truth is, it's just divine timing. It's coming, but the best version of what you're looking for just so happens to need a little bit more time. Okay, you're not actually doing anything wrong. Oh, beautiful. So this is others. This is a really beautiful energy, and this sort of the sun casts a shine over the entire read. And what that tells me is that everything is going fantastically and others are starting to notice. Okay, but I also feel like you're enjoying your relationship with other people as well. They're seeing you wonderfully, you're seeing them wonderfully. You've got some really good relationships, if not just one relationship. The sun card also represents love and children and that sort of thing. So I feel like you are very much either close to or already manifested a very fulfilling life. Okay, you guys are like I feel like you guys have really, really got this. The only problem for you guys is that there's this waiting energy in the recent past where you're not used to the universe going, wait up, wait up, wait up, just give me a second. I feel like you guys are used to a very smooth manifestation journey, and you're quite good at it, and you know what you're doing, and you know what to do, and you know when to do it. However, you don't get why you need to wait. And it's just a divine timing. What it is that you want can be even better than you imagined. It's just that for now, that is not in the physical, in the 3D. That can't come about until some other stuff line up in the background. Whoo! And here's what's lining up. This is the immediate future. Something's going to rock your world. And when the tower is right next to the sun, it's not a bad tower moment. So tower moments are often moments that sort of rip the foundation right out from under you. They shock the crap out of you, and they feel like your world is crumbling around you. However, when it's right next to the sun like this, it's what we call a good tower moment, or a good shock. In other words, it's something that you thought was going to go one way but goes even better. You can't even imagine how good it goes. This is kind of like miracle. This is like a miracle, something that you're working towards, which I think is this. You want some independence. You want to be financially free and independent, and you're putting that energy out right now, and you're probably tasting a little bit of it, but the bulk of it isn't coming, and you're not sure why. And it's because there's a miracle in the making right here. Something's going to turn out way better than you thought was even possible. You may not have even considered what this achievement is. You may not have, I feel like you're not going for this on purpose. You're going for something else, but something better just comes in and manifests, and you're like, what? Oh my God. Okay, so you have 4 of 6 major arcanas so far. This is our last card. This is your achievement. And I feel that this is, it's big. It's the completion of a cycle. The World card isn't just the completion of a cycle though. It's the completion of a large cycle. It's a proper completion. It's going through everything, learning the lessons, figuring out what you want, figuring out how to line up with it, and moving on in a very healthy and proper way. It's not where the universe has to stop you from messing crap up. This ending, this completion, is something that is huge, and it may just be worldwide. I feel like there can be a global effect. Okay, so this energy here, this is a very minor energy, but what's coming for you because of this, okay, this is what you're doing in the present, because of this high priestess energy that you keep putting out. I feel like you keep putting out this high priestess energy, and you keep doing this, and you keep doing it better and better and better, because the universe is asking you to wait, and you're thinking that it's not working, but so you're like doing it better and better and better, and seeing how well you can do it, and you're absolutely in your high priestess energy. You're like, there's no room for anything other than pure, unadulterated high priestess energy. You keep doing it because you think you're not doing it right, or there's something wrong because of this waiting energy that's going on. But the better you get at it, the more you do it, the more purely you emanate that energy, the more amazing your outcome is. And it just smashes into your life and just illuminates your entire life with complete and utter fulfillment. And a cycle completes, and I feel like this isn't a small cycle. This is the end of the major arcana. This is getting where you always wanted to go. And I feel like it's much bigger than you thought. I feel like your next achievement is going to affect like the world, in the sense of it'll be global, you know, something major, maybe on social media, or a personal brand of some sort, or something, you know, that is a huge success on the web. It's beautiful and it's huge, and you didn't expect it. It came in and just crashed through, and you're just like, oh crap. It might even be with this tower energy that when it comes, you're not sure you can handle how big and beautiful and bright it is. You'll be like, maybe a little bit of imposter syndrome of, wow, do I even deserve these accolades? This is huge. But you're gonna go with it. You're gonna find yourself comfortable in it, and you're going to sit in that nicely. So let's do some clarifying. Our Nine of Pentacles is clarified by our Three of Cups. So there's definitely celebrations there. And this might be the way that you are really projecting that Nine of Pentacles energy, is you're allowing yourself to celebrate what it is that you want to achieve already. You are already claiming it and celebrating it, okay? I'm not sure whether or not you will have told anybody else. You may be, I feel like you're probably celebrating by yourself, not telling people yet, because they can't see it yet. They can't quite see it yet. Maybe there's a couple of close friends that you may have told, but this is a very single energy. So you may just be celebrating it quietly on the down low, like it's already done, which is what you want to do if you're trying to manifest something. You've so got it right. You've so got it right. But you just can't understand, why is this waiting? Why am I waiting? It should be here by now. That little bit of impatience is adding to it, but you know this, and you keep reining yourself back in. And you know how to manifest things, but the universe has gone, you've got this so right. Just let us like put together a few last things, and you're not gonna be sorry. Not at all. Oh, another set of threes. This is interesting because we just had the Three of Cups. The Three of Wands was in our recent past, and it's been clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so first thing that comes to mind is that you may feel like you're waiting on other people who you're working with. Okay, it might be a collaboration, something going on with someone else that you're working with that you may be waiting. You might feel like that's who you're waiting on. It also might be that what you're waiting on is some sort of, it might be a qualification. So an award, or a diploma, or a degree, or some piece of paper that says, hey, you're qualified to do this, or, you know, some piece of a testimonial. Something that you're waiting on has to do with somebody else that you're working with, whether it's a client or an institution or an actual another person that you're like, hey, can you get your bit done so that we can roll this out, okay? But you're waiting on something to do with other people. Our High Priestess is clarified by our Queen of Wands. And Queen of Wands is very much an entrepreneurial kind of energy. She goes out, she's very action oriented. And it's very interesting because these are two separate energies, very different energies, which is beautiful because it's balancing out. What the High Priestess knows, she sees what goes on behind the scenes. She's shifting the energies in the 5D. This little lady here, she shifts the energy in the 3D, and she's often, the Rider-Waite Tarot has her sitting on a kind of throne. There's a a black cat with her that symbolizes how magic she is. So this is two different types of magic, because this is very much spiritual, inwards, work on myself, doesn't like wise, doesn't need anyone kind of energy. Whereas this young lady here is magic, but she takes the magic and she grounds it into the 3D. In other words, she goes out and gets what she wants. She gets the money. See, this lady here is interested only in personal development and spiritual connection, whereas this young lady here takes the spiritual, turns it into physical. She goes out there, she gets what she wants, she builds empires, she builds businesses, she gets respect, she is gorgeous, she's great. But you can see the difference in the energy. But this is telling me that all of this work that you're doing spiritually, you're grounding it. It's happening, okay? You're able to do the physical work as well. You're not just sitting there blissing out going, hey, I'm on a spiritual journey. You're also taking what you're learning from your spiritual journey and you're applying it to creating something physical with action. Okay, we're going to clarify our sun card with, okay, beautiful. Okay, so this is a stalemate kind of energy. It's a decision that needs to be made, and it could be what you're waiting for. All right, the sun is, it brightens up every single card in a spread that it's in. And so even though this card usually talks about being stuck, like perpetually forever weighing the pros and the cons and the pros and the cons till you are paralyzed and can't make a decision, this tells me that what you're waiting on is perhaps even a decision. Whether you know there's a decision being made or not, whether you're the one making the decision or not, there's a decision that's being made, and it seems like there is no answer, like it's perfectly matched, it's a stalemate, but it's not. The answer to this will be illuminated by the sun, because the sun also represents clarity. So don't worry about which way that decision is going to go, because even if it seems like it's not, it's so evenly matched, you know, you may be going up against somebody who seems evenly matched in the workforce or in your business. You know, your competitors may seem perfectly matched for you. Something's going to come to light that gives you the advantage and the edge and allows you to make this massive achievement. And I feel like it's going to look like this. You're going for this, and all of a sudden you go 3 steps after the thing that I wanted is the finish line, is the big goal. It's something that I never even thought that I was in a position to go for yet. It's huge, but it's like only like 3 steps away from where I am now, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm gonna grab this thing and move on and grab that thing too, and you're like, wow, how'd I end up here? Like it might scare you a little bit. It's pretty big. I think that's what our tower energy is about. So we're clarifying the tower, with another major arcana, with the world. And this is what I'm talking about with this tower card. Even though people think that the tower is a terrible, terrible thing to happen, when you're surrounded by cards like this, it's an absolute wonderful shock. It's surprise and delight. It's like, wow. It's that moment where everyone jumps out and goes, surprise! You know, we're celebrating you. And you're like, what? Why? But this Wheel of Fortune tells us that this tower is just turning the wheel. It's luck. I don't think it even looks like a tower moment, because as shocking as it is, you know it's good. There's nothing about it that you go, this is terrible. It's just so shocking. It's like, holy crap, this never even entered my mind. your next achievement is going to surprise the crap out of you, and it's going to be amazing. There's some major energies working in your favor in this spread. And here you are. You could be a Capricorn, you could be an earth sign, but this is clarifying our world card. See this lady right here? She's sitting on top of the world, sitting on top of the world. Okay? I'm hearing that Brat song. Sitting on top of the world. That's you. You're going to be sitting on top of the world. Okay? Which is really interesting, because what's happening is this is you now. This is you at the end of the spread. So you've gone from the Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? And even though this isn't a love reading, there may be someone, if you're looking for love, there may be somebody who boos you up, because this woman is usually married. So you may be looking at outside of all of this career achievement that you're going to get to, whatever it is that you're working on that you feel a little bit, you can't get it to shift at the moment. It's coming, and it's bigger than you ever imagined. You're achieving things you don't even know you're achieving right now. Things are lining up for you behind the scenes that are freaking amazing. So I am so happy to hear that. Let's move on to our paper charms. Okay, so what we've got here, again, worldwide. This is, I don't know if you can see, that's a map of the world, okay? All right, I feel like this is just at the moment, you're feeling a little bit like this, like you're caged in, like, you know, come and open the cage already. But when that opens, it's like freedom. You know, when that cage opens, and I feel like that's a mental cage. It's not, you're not actually stuck. Okay, yeah. Admit to, vacay. I feel like this world card and the world that we are experiencing in your reading isn't just on the web. Okay, that vacay, admit to, I do think that you're going to find someone if you're not already with them. If you're with somebody, there could be a marriage involved, but if you're not with somebody, if you're single right now, that's why you're Nine of Pentacles, there is somebody who does come in, because that's an admit to a vacay, but you're actually going to travel. You're going to travel. This is going to involve actual travel all over the world, and probably, yeah, freedom from that cage. So your next achievement, oh, it's big, and it's going to take you all over the world, and there's going to be somebody for you. I don't know about that, because this reading isn't that. Okay, so I can't tell you what happens with the other person, but there's a good likelihood that there's somebody very right for you in between now and when this achievement comes to fruition, which I feel like it happens, like we're waiting. We're waiting. I don't feel like it's going to just go boom now. I feel like it is going to go boom, but not just yet. But it's going to take you places, and you're very much going to be very happy and fulfilled. So next we've got your Super Attractor affirmation card. Now this card is the affirmation. I haven't looked at it. I haven't read it yet. This is the card that will tell you what you want to affirm to get to this, to help you to get to this career achievement. All right. So let's see what it says. Oh, the other thing is, if you want to affirm this right now, open up the comments, and when I tell you what it is, just type it into the comments and post it. Okay. You can also put it on a piece of paper so you remember what it is, and you can affirm it later on. Okay. This is a good one. Directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. I'll say it again. Directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. I feel like this is telling you that you're very much focused on the waiting right now, where you could be focused on this Nine of Pentacles energy, the Queen of Wands energy, the stuff that is grounding, how well you've done already. I feel like you've already got stuff that's thriving in your life, that you're doing really, really well, even like in career. You know, you've already had quite a few achievements. And I feel like this is telling you, hey, you focus on that. Focus on how that felt and how it feels to be there. And don't worry about what hasn't happened yet. It's all coming. You are very much Queen of Wands right now in the present position. And so you're not afraid of doing the work. You're not afraid of taking action. I don't think procrastination is a problem for this pile. So just focus on what you have already achieved, how much you are already thriving. That's so awesome. I hope that this all resonated for you. If not, I don't know why you're still here, but that's okay. That's okay. Maybe you just like my voice. Maybe you like my crazy personality. Whatever it is, tell me in the comments if it resonated. Tell me what pile you picked. If you want to tell me which parts resonated, that's great. But you can let me know in the comments if it resonated with you. I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2. If you picked this gorgeous little fellow right here, this is your pile. Can I do this? Ready? Here's my face. My love heart eyes. Ah. Okay. Let's put that little cutie pie away and get our overall energy for my pile 2 peeps. Okay. Ooh, star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. I feel like you guys are very much being guided to your next achievement right now, that there is stuff that is shifting, maybe not even on purpose, but you're feeling the shifts internally and you can feel it coming towards you. Might be why you're here, because there's very much a vibration of what's coming already in you. Number 1 was very similar. Okay, they knew that it was coming too, but they were made to wait. So let's see what you guys have got in way of your spread. Okay, so representing you, we've got 8 of Swords. Really? You gotta worry about it? Whatever it is that you're looking to achieve in your career, you are worried about it. You're going around and around in your head about it. You are doubtful. You are not convinced that you're going to get there. You are, but you are going around and around and around and around in your head about it. And it might be that you're trying to convince yourself that you are going to make it there, but you're stuck in your head about it. You may not have taken any action just yet because of the fact that you are so stuck in your head about it that you're afraid to take the first step. Okay, so our recent past, we've got the 4 of Wands. Okay, so something did ground. There was a very stable foundation, I feel like, but the foundation was just that. It was a foundation. Okay, it was just a foundation. It may not have made it out of your home yet. In other words, it's something that you've done, you've laid a foundation, but you haven't taken it out of your personal space yet. Okay, maybe people don't know about it yet. Maybe you're working it from home. Okay, but you have laid a foundation, and whatever that foundation is, it's solid. Don't worry, get out of your head. The foundation is solid. All right. Our next card is where you are in the present. chances are what I just said is exactly this, okay? Right now, you are guarded. You're not putting it out there. You're not letting anybody know what you're doing. You're guarded. You want to keep it to yourself. You're not sure. You got all this doubt and worry about whether or not it's going to manifest. So you're not telling anyone about it. You're being very guarded about it. You think that somebody might steal your idea. Maybe you think that somebody's going to rip it down or rip it off, or that you're just going to fail and then you're going to look like a douche. But you're being very, very guarded about it, guys. All right? But this is something that you, in your heart of hearts, know is for you. You can feel it at a core level. And I feel like this is telling you, don't worry about what you see around you. You can feel what it is that you are wanting to achieve. You can feel that that's for you, and you can feel your way to it. Use your light body, your crystal grid, your vibration, that transmission activation. Like, get used to using that as your GPS, not what you see going on around you. Okay? If that was the case, so many geniuses and amazing achievements would never have happened. I mean, apparently, when Henry Ford was creating, he wanted to create the V8, apparently no one else thought it was actually possible. And people kept coming to him. The people that worked for him kept coming to him and going, you can't do it, it can't be done. And he kept going, yes, it can, go and do it. And they're like, but it can't be done. No, it can be done. Go and do it. In other words, if he listened to everybody, like the people who were the engineers putting the engines together were going, what you're asking us to do is impossible. But you know what? Not only do we have V8s right now, we have V10s and V12s. It can be done. But if you listen, if you look around and you see what's going on right now and you listen to other people and believe what they say, you'll never invent the V8, okay? So others, okay, messages. Now I feel like, normally I love to see the Eight of Wands because they're very passionate messages, communications. However, when we talk passion, it's not always the passion that we hold for a project or the passion. I feel like you have a very big passion and you can communicate that. But I feel like in the other's position, people are not maybe supporting you because they're passionate in a different way. They're animate that this is maybe not right and it's not, you're not going to get there. And maybe they're just afraid that you'll fail. But I can see now why you're keeping it to yourself and you're not letting other people know what's going on, because the communication you're getting from them is passionate, but it's not passion as in, I support you, I believe you, I can't wait to see what you do. It's don't be silly, don't do this, you're risking so much. Like, they're animate. They're very passionate about steering you away from this thing. So you're not sharing it with them. Okay, in your immediate future, you have something to show them. You have something to show them, something to celebrate. Okay, it's not too long before you have something you can celebrate and you can stick up their butt. I'm kidding. And your outcome here is this Two of Pentacles. And I feel like this is normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the guy is actually juggling the Two Pentacles, and there's a infinity symbol around them, and it's this balance. It's a balancing act. But in this particular card, these Two Pentacles are actually balancing all of the work that he's doing on top of it. And these Pentacles are very firmly placed on the ground. They're not in motion. which tells me that you've got a very stable foundation and you're going to start working. Your next achievement, your next career achievement is you're just going to start work on that thing that people told you you could never do. You're going to bring it into reality. That thing that people don't think that you can do, that you didn't think that you could do because you were listening to them too much, you doubted yourself on, your next achievement will be just start and work on it. It's a reality now. It's not in the sense of like, oh, I made it big in that industry, or I've made it big doing this. It's just, I do this professionally now. This is my thing. I've got a store that sells this, or I practice that, or, you know, you've made it a reality. People know about it and they're like, okay, maybe it can be done. All right, maybe we'll back off. But please be aware that they're probably going to be in a situation where the moment things don't look good, they'll be like, oh, I told you you shouldn't. But you've got to understand that their fear is because they don't have, it's not their burning desire, their dream, their goal, their manifestation. You have created this life, this path for yourself. So when you see your path, when your path lights up for you, something inside you clicks. Your brain can't comprehend what it is that's clicking. Other people can't comprehend what it is that's clicking. But when you find your path, it clicks. And I feel like you need to learn to trust that. Okay, so this is light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation, saying it again. This is listening to the vibrational body, the vibrational feedback. Working with the vibrational version of yourself, because your vibrational version is reading the is reading the vibes around you and sees so much more than you see physically. So let's clarify these babies. So our first clarifier. Ooh, interesting. All right, so the Eight of Swords is clarified by our King of Swords. This is you just being too dang logical. You're using your logic right now and it's working against you. And the thing is, the answer is not in your logic. The answer is not in your brain. You don't like it when you come to the conclusions that your brain comes to. So you try again and again. And your brain keeps telling you the same stuff. Logically, it's not possible. Logically, it doesn't matter. Logically, you can't. Logically, this is a risk. Logically, you shouldn't move forward. But your heart is telling you, your vibrational self is sensing exactly where it is that you need to be. And your brain keeps going, but I don't understand. Your intuition will never give you a reason. This is a really, really good thing to remember. Your intuition doesn't give you a reason. When you want to listen to your intuition, when you find yourself rationalizing, which is this, rationalizing why it's not a good idea, but then you have this passionate feeling that says, just move in this direction. Just do this one simple thing. You may not even know why that one simple thing will matter or not. But follow that intuition. Right now, you're just going around and around and around in your head because your intuition is so strong. It's telling you, this is your path. This is the way to go. It may not work for other people, but it works for you. Okay? It's your path. And you know, you can feel it. You can feel the pull towards it. It excites you. If nothing else, it excites you and gets you loving your life again. Just loving being alive. If nothing else. But I feel like there is not just joy, but actual physical product of this achievement that you're going to start actually making. I feel like you're making maybe even physical products. All right, our Four of Wands. So you've laid a foundation. Okay, so guess what? You've planted some seeds. Now you're watching them keenly. Are you growing underneath all of that dirt? Are you growing? Are you growing? Oh, I think I see some growing. But you've planted some seeds, and now you're just kind of sat back like, is something going to happen? Well, this is the recent past energy, so this has already happened. So you planted some seeds and went, okay, does it grow? Okay. Now it looks like with that going on, this Four of Pentacles that's happening now makes a little more sense, because now something grew and you're overprotective of it. Something did actually grow. It might have been small. You might have seen it as weak, but it's just a beginning, and you're very much wanting to protect it, and you're very much wanting to keep it a secret so that somebody doesn't come and stomp on it, okay? So that the insects don't come and eat it to death. Okay, so now we have the Hermit. Okay, well, again, that makes so much sense. You are withdrawing from other people and their opinions, and you're not really socializing, you're not talking about it with anyone, you've got your mouth shut, but you are shining the light forward. Okay, and the thing that I like to, thing that's coming to my mind is because I've sort of been in this energy before, and I see it in the Hermit in this card right now. And what it is it's that light where it's like you're in a cave, you're in the darkness, you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to get there. All you know is that if you keep looking at the ground in front of you, you'll keep moving forward. You know, you're in the cave, you just keep one step at a time. It's like, I can see where I put my foot next. That's all you know about it. That's all you kind of know about it. But you're keeping yourself just sort of locked away a little bit. And you're certainly keeping your idea or whatever it is you've planted away from people at the moment. So our Eight of Wands, okay, this is a really lovely energy, because even though, I just want to tell you, even though you've got some people that you really, really care about their opinion, and they are really, really at you about this thing, they don't think that it's a good risk. Because what we've got here is really, really beautiful, because it doesn't matter that I know that they're really animate in the things that they say, but this Ten of Cups tells me they want the absolute best for you. They really do. And so when it comes time to celebrate, they'll be with you. They want you to be happy. Okay? They really do want you to be happy. But they're just scared because they're not sure about it. Just because they can't do it though, just because it's not for them though, just because they can't see the way forward doesn't mean that you can't. Doesn't mean that it's not for you. Okay? You can feel that call, then it's up to you to go towards your passion. Okay? So then we've got our Three of Cups in our immediate future, which is a celebration of some sorts. But again, the Four of Pentacles, you are overly protective of this idea. So I feel like you are celebrating, you're not giving everyone the full story. You don't know if they're gonna quite get it. So you might be just telling them little bits and pieces, just the good stuff, just the good stuff. Or it also could be that you're very picky about who you're telling. So you may be celebrating here, this is a Three of Cups, so maybe there's just 2 or 3 people that you're going to celebrate with. It might just be mum and dad. It might just be your best mate and you, but somebody will celebrate with you. Okay, but you're going to have something to celebrate. And this is usually a social card. And I don't see anything that would suggest that you don't share it, but you might just celebrate on your own. It's possible. It's up to you. But if there's a couple of people that you feel like isn't going to tear down your dream when you tell them what you've achieved, they're going to be there celebrating with you. And what you are achieving is just being able to do what it is that you want to do. And it's being clarified by the Six of Swords. And what that means to me is that you are moving into a place where this thing that you are wanting to do and wanting to work on, maybe you're taking a passion or a hobby into an actual career. You're moving into calmer waters. I feel like it actually means that you've got a more solid foundation. Okay? Things were a little bit chippity choppity, but you're just slowly just moving it into reality. Slowly just moving it into reality. Okay. Let's have a look at our paper charms. And what do they say? Interesting. So, again, you're very, very aware of what people are saying. You're very much covert. You got the sunglasses on, you're doing your research behind the scenes, you're very private eye detective sort of spy mode on what it is that you want to do. Not particularly like stalking anybody in particular, but you're doing your research on the down low where people won't see you doing it. I feel like you're being very, very thorough about it, but you got a little bit of baggage. Okay? You're carrying around some baggage, which is why you're a little bit scared. Okay? But the good news is that the Earth card is screaming stability. Okay? Supported by the Earth, as in grounded stability. It's going to come to fruition. And it's going to be a huge achievement for you, because it may just seem like a small step. I've taken something that I used to do as a hobby and turned it into a career. It's a huge thing for you. You never thought it was possible. You doubted yourself, probably maybe even a little bit more than other people doubted you, but you were scared that it wouldn't be lucrative, but it is. And just maybe opening up shop in general, okay, might be a huge achievement for you. Just actually having a legit business of your own might be an achievement for you. Making your first sale might be a huge achievement for you, okay, because you've been really working on this, and it's proven itself to have a firm foundation, okay, but you've got to take the time to let it grow. But you're being very protective of it as it's growing. You're not sure that you can trust anyone with it at the moment, but that's okay, because you can bring it there. And we're going to do a super attractor card for an affirmation, so that it will help you to get to this career achievement that you're looking at getting to, if this has resonated with you. Oh, interesting. Okay, before I give you this, if you want to affirm this right now, go down in the comments, open up the comments, get ready to type, and you can put this into the comments and affirm it right now. Okay? You can also write it down on a piece of paper so that you don't forget it, and you can affirm it over and over again then, and get to this achievement that you're looking to get to. So your affirmation today is: my true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Okay, this I feel is really important to you guys. I'm going to say it again, and then I'm going to tell you why it's so important. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. This is really important. We cut off there. So remember when we were talking about feeling your way, knowing your way, your inner self guiding you. Okay, this is the affirmation that says you don't have to do all of the work. The universe has done it. The universe's love for you has paved a way to what you want. You just have to follow the path, and the path lights up for you with this activation of your inner self, your light body, your inner being that says, I feel it is this way because this is where my passion is taking me. This is where I feel fruitful. Okay? And so this affirmation is helping you to get out of your head, because this is a big step for you. And the stability of it is very much in question by you and people around you. So your affirmation, I'm going to give it to you guys one more time in case you want to write it down. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Thank you so much, pile 2. If this resonated with you, make sure that you pop which pile that you resonated with, that you picked, in the comments, and tell me that it resonated. And if you want to leave which parts resonated, great. If it didn't resonate, I don't know why you're still here. maybe I've got an infectious personality. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if you're still here, you can pop something in the comments if you want. But thank you very much for showing up. We're going to move on to pile number 8. Pile number 3. If you picked this little laughy fellow, let's do this one again. Look, I'm a laughy emoji. Okay, I'm just playing. If you pick this little guy, this is your reading. First of all, we're going to get our overall energy, which is our starseed card, which is double mission. Okay. Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. All right. Looks like you guys are discovering your authentic self, and you're discovering that by being your authentic self, you are serving the world much more easily and in a more effective manner. Okay? I don't think that this is something that's new to you. I think it's something that you are already on a mission to do. So let's have a look at our spread and see what we've got going on. So yeah, the Ace of Swords, this is that revelation. This is you right now. You've come across some sort of huge revelation, and I feel it has to do with who you are, authentically, who you are, some sort of truth about yourself, some sort of revelation about yourself has come to light. It's a bit heavy, but the thing that I always note about this particular Ace of Swords is that if you have a look at this young lady, that sword is way too big for her, but she's trying to carry it in one hand. She's got another hand here. She could be holding it quite steady. It's a bit big, but it'd be manageable if she used both hands. And that's what I want you to take from this card is you may be right now or in the very, very near future coming to this revelation about who you are and what you want and truths about yourself, and they may be really, really heavy for you, but you have two hands. You have resources, use them. Don't feel like you need to be a hero and run around with a massive sword in one hand. Okay? But it is a truth that's coming to light, and I feel like it has to do with you, who you are and what you want and your own authenticity. Okay, so in the recent past, you've been struggling. You've been struggling with it. I feel like this defensiveness was about not wanting to see this about yourself. There's somebody or something about yourself, about who you believe you are, that is inauthentic about you. And it's not in that, I'm not saying that you're a bad person or that you're lying to yourself. It's just that we get programmed by the outside world that we should be like this. And who you are is perfectly fine. And sometimes we take on certain things and certain attributes and we say, well, that's just me. But really, it's not you. Really, it's just who you were taught you should be. If you're a good person, you do this. And it's like, well, maybe that's not who I am. Maybe I'm not the person who drops everything and comes running every single time someone needs my help. Maybe that's not who I am. Maybe I don't like people. Maybe I'm an introvert. I feel like you need to admit who you truly are to yourself. There's something that's tripping you up, that there's conflicting beliefs. So, in other words, a good person is always there for other people. Whereas in actuality, you may not want to be there for other people. Maybe you need to be there for yourself. And when other people, maybe you're empathic, so when other people are down, it really affects you and you can't be around them. You can't be around them without taking on their energy and then affecting your own point of attraction and calling these things to you. Maybe who you are is somebody who is much more introverted. Now, these are only examples, but you'll know what I'm talking about. There's something that you were taught a good person does, or the kind of person that you want to be, they're like this, but that's not who you are. And you think that you can't be that type of person if you don't do this thing, or if you're not like that, or that's not a part of your personality. And you are just coming to the conclusion of who you really are. The mask is falling away and you're going, you know what? People can accept that this is who I am. And I feel like you're starting to see that who you really are is much more advantageous to the world than the person you were pretending to be, not on purpose pretending, but thinking that you should be, trying to be, because you were told that was what was most helpful. That the kind of person who wants to help has to help in this way. And you're realizing that if you be you, you help in a way that is more effective, because it's how you can truly help. It's natural for you to help in a different way than what you've been taught you're supposed to do. And I feel like you're in the middle of this revelation. And when you get through this revelation, this achievement that we're talking about, your career achievement, is going to be helping people through your very unique self. By being your unique self, you will be able to impact the landscape around you in your business, whoever it is that you're working with, clients, customers, your business, whatever company you're working for, whatever it is that you're doing is going to benefit majorly, and there's going to be some sort of achievement attached to that. So let's move on to the present moment. This is really interesting. 10 of Pentacles. At the present, this is where you're focused. You want it all. You want it all. I don't think you're there yet, but I think for the first time in maybe even your whole life, you feel like this is possible. You can see it. You can see it. It's not, as soon as you were done fighting with yourself over it, you realized, I could only truly be happy when I am truly myself, because then when I admit who I truly am, then what I truly want is evident. Because there is a lot of times where we are trying to be something that we think, well, that's who I want to be like that, rather than going, who am I? What is the most enjoyable version of me? What is the greatest version of me? What is the version of me that gets me where I want to go? Instead of, this is who this person was. For example, confidence. Just because you're not somebody who is an extrovert and gets on camera and goes, hey, how you doing? And da-da-da-da, and has this mad charisma, doesn't mean that you can't make YouTube videos and be very successful at it and build a personal brand and make your money and help people and I feel like this is just like all of those things just lining up, not just one or two. You've realized what it will take to make you truly happy and what you truly want to leave as your legacy. Okay, in others, we've got a King of Wands. This may be a mentor. This may be somebody who's inspired you, somebody who has done what you're doing, or somebody who maybe even sparked this revelation. We'll find out a little bit more about him, because I don't feel like he has too much to do with it, but he's coming up in our others position. So he's a player, but I don't feel like he matters that much. It's a weird feeling. It's like, I think he might have even been a catalyst. Okay, this King of Wands. Okay, so let's have a look in our immediate future. It's our Nine of Cups. So this is your wish fulfilled. Okay, you are literally in the immediate future realizing that things move so much quicker and freely when you are you, and you're not trying to do it the way that everybody else has done it, but by being yourself, everything you spend less energy and time trying to be what you're supposed to be, and just use that time and energy moving forward into who you really are and what you really want and how you want it. Okay, this kind of freedom. And look at that, your next career achievement is strength. It is the strength to go out there and be who you want to be, and you succeed. You're on top of the lion. You are taming that beast. So this is very much a personal achievement, that when you achieve this personal thing, your career achievement comes on the direct heels of it. Okay? And I feel with the way that this has come out, like your career achievement is just everything that you want. It's all just going to start coming into vision, coming towards you, starting to manifest. It's just moving. And it's not just one thing. Everything that you want, your entire legacy is coming towards you. Everything you've wished for is coming towards you. And it all stems from this strength to be who you are, to tame this beast inside you that is ego, that is doing it because I want people to look at me and envy me. I want to be what everyone else wants to see. And instead just being who you are. Okay? Not putting on the show. You may be in the limelight, especially because this is a Leo card. This is governed by Leo, and Leos are very charismatic and showy and da-da-da-da-da, but I feel like this card isn't saying that you need to be showy and charismatic and extroverted and stuff like that. It's saying that you need to calm that beast. You need to be in control of it. In other words, you need to be the one who decides who you are, how showy you want to be. Be your personality. Be who you truly are. And not put that mask on. I feel like this is just that ego self, just right there. Okay, so let's clarify. Pile number 3. Where is our clarifiers? Here we are. Okay, so Ace of Swords is clarified by the Justice. These guys often come out together because look at that, very similar energy. But the Justice card holds the sword in the other hand. However, this is your indication that you can wrangle this sword. It seems really big to you right now, but you can, if you balance, like I said, use your resources, use 2 hands if you need to, but you can balance this. Whatever it is, it is just, it is right, it's not something's gone wrong. It's a bit of a shock, but something is being put right. This isn't a change like I should be different. This is the change that says I can just stop trying. I can just be me. It's okay. This is back to where it should be. This is where it always was. I've been trying to be something, but this is setting it back, setting it right. And this revelation does that. But it's also, if you can see what the cards are looking like, it's also that thing that says, hey, you can hold this sword. And after a while, it will feel much smaller. And it will be something that you will use to your advantage. It will be a tool that you will use to your advantage. And it won't feel like a big heavy weight like when you first discovered the revelation. Okay, so being a bit defensive about it. Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, don't really want to go into this. There's that 10 of Swords. You had to get to that rock bottom place where it was just like, I can't fight anymore. I can't fight anymore. I'm going to lie here and I'm going to die. I'm going to just die. However, guess what happened? You didn't die. And the sun came up and you went, okay, things different now. But you just had to stop fighting. And it was very painful. The fighting left you with like 10 swords in your back. It was painful to fight. But you found when you gave up the fight, now you're looking at the 10 of Pentacles. All of your career dreams, personal dreams, everything is coming into exactly what I was just talking about. So we're clarifying with the Death card. In other words, that death that I was talking about here with the 10 of Swords, that transformation. It's like something had to die first. You had to die sort of, you know, not like in an actual sense, but you had to just give up the fight and let the transformation take place. Okay, our King of Wands. Okay, so now we know what our King of Wands is doing. Our King of Wands helped you to take those burdens off. I feel like they were mental burdens. They weren't just things to do. They were mental burdens that you needed to release yourself from. And I feel like he is at least helping as a catalyst to the realization of this Ace of Swords. And King doesn't necessarily mean that they're male. Could be a female. But this is masculine energy, which means it's forward. It's very movement, action oriented. I feel like you saw something that this person was doing and you went, ooh, and it helped to relieve some burdens. You realized how much you were carrying and you had to let that go. Oh, this is really good. All right. So we've got a Tower moment here, but it's accompanied with the Nine of Cups. And what that tells me is that you're not expecting all your dreams to come true. You can see them right now, but this is, you don't expect them to come so quickly. And it's all because of this shift at the core of yourself that says it's okay to be me. Being you and is the key to your next career achievement. Being you, your personal way of doing things. And we're clarifying the Strength card with that Knight of Wands. Okay, so he is bold. He is rushing in. He doesn't think, he's just passionate. And this is the strength to go out there and boldly be who you are. To not think about it, not question it. You'll be surprised at how much mental energy it takes to say, what should I do right now? Next, we've got our paper charms. And, oh, excellent. Ooh, okay. Let's start with this one. This is major transformation. Okay, there's 2 paper charms that I have that are just a butterfly on a card. But butterflies do symbolize that transformation. And one is a small transformation and one is a massive transformation. This is a massive transformation because this is a transformation at the core of you. It's transforming into you. It's letting go of all of the fluff that you thought that you needed to be and just being you, and it being enough, more than enough. In fact, proving to be exactly what the doctor ordered. We then have this celebration. I'm just feeling celebration. Like, it's almost like a relief. Like, now I can just sit back and drink a cocktail. Yeah, this feels right. This feels right. Feels very, very right. And you're going to move into some major things, okay? Because this cruise liner tells me that you're moving slowly. It's not fast, as in like speedboat fast, but cruise liners go pretty fast because they are big, okay? So it's slow, it's steady. It's not speedy in the sense of like light and speedy, but it goes far. It moves far, it goes steadily, and it's fun. It makes great leeway. So your journey is going to move much quicker, but it's not going to seem faster. It's going to be faster, but it's not going to feel like you're going too fast. It's going to feel like you're going at the right pace, but you're going to cover a lot of ground and you're going to love doing it. Okay. Next, we have our super attractor card. So this is your affirmation. If you have resonated with this and you're wanting to get to that next career achievement, this can help you do it. Is this affirmation that I've pulled for you. I haven't read it yet. So let's read it. If you want to affirm it right now, just go down into the comments, open up the comments and just type it in there and you can affirm it right now. And or you can get a piece of paper or something and write it down for yourself so that you can affirm this consistently. It says, my ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. I'll say it again. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Okay? In other words, it's not about how you do it and what you do and when you do it and what kind of a person that you're supposed to be if you want that outcome. It's all about what you want comes from practicing good feeling thoughts. When the thoughts feel good, they support your desires. That's how you know whether or not you're moving in the right direction. Is if the thoughts you're having are feeling good, then they are taking you towards what you want. If they're not feeling so good, they're not supporting your desires. Okay? And so it doesn't matter what you're saying with them, the words don't actually matter. It's what you believe, why you're saying what you're saying. You can say, I'm going to be rich, but if you don't believe you're going to be rich, it might feel really crappy because it just reminds you of how much you're not rich yet. And so I'm going to say it one more time in case you want to write it down somewhere. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. In other words, you don't need to worry about whether or not it's possible, whether or not you are doing the right things at the right time. Don't worry about the action part of it. You are very much going to nail that in the future. That is your career achievement, is going out there and being an unadulterated greatest version of yourself. And all of the career stuff and the personal stuff, all those achievements just follow you. This reading cannot pinpoint any one career achievement. It's more of an entire lifestyle that you are achieving. All right, pile 3. Sorry about the interruptions in this particular pick a card, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you resonated with this pick a card with number 3, tell me what pile that you picked in the comments, and if it resonated with you. I mean, if it didn't, I don't know why you're still here, but that's okay. Maybe you just love me. If not, yeah, you can say hello anyway, but let me know what resonated if you're comfortable with that. And otherwise, I hope you have a really good day. Pile 3. Thanks for coming and chilling with me.